Everybody, grace and peace. My name is Paul Dezay. I'm the pastor here at Sandy Hook United Methodist Church in Columbus, Indiana. It is good to be with you today. Today's video is all about Bible translations. Every few weeks, somebody asks me, hey, Pastor, what translation should I use? What Bible translation should I get to read the Bible on a daily basis? We use a certain Bible study method called the intersections. So we as a church read the Bible together throughout the week to prepare us for Sundays. So Bible translations are an important question because we read the Bible together. Now, I think variety is really good when it comes to Bible translations. In fact, I got all different kinds of Bible translations, and I like to compare them and see the differences between the translations. I think it's important to note as you're looking for a Bible that, there are no perfect Bible translations. In fact, the best Bible translation is the one that you read and that you enjoy reading, the one that you connect to God by reading. But I think it's also important to recognize that Bible translations are interpretations. Somebody, whether it's a group or an individual, is interpreting the Bible through translating. And so they have to make some judgment calls. And so you have some Bible translations that tend to lean towards a certain theological perspective, and that is important to know also. So let me just kind of get into some of the ones that I have and the ones that I use, and then I'll share with you a few to stay away from. But ultimately, you want to find the Bible that works for you, right? The very first Bible that Stacy and I bought after I became a Christian is the NIV Application Study Bible. Still have it. It was a great purchase. It was used and abused, and in fact, we use the NIV here in our pews here at Sandy Hook United Methodist Church. That's the translation, and oftentimes we read that during the services. It's not my favorite translation. It's not one that I pick up regularly. It's a good translation, but I think there are better translations in readability, I think also in study notes that I'll recommend in here, but it's a good one. So if you have an NIV, it's a good translation. Okay, the one I enjoy the most, translation of all the translations, is the Common English Bible. Here is my Common English Study Bible. I also, when I preach, I use the Wesley Study Bible that's also in the Common English Bible. I really like this translation. I think it's readable. I think they've done a great job with translation. And also, the study notes are really good in this Bible. So if you're looking for a study Bible, Common English Study Bible, Common English Bible Study Bible is a really good Bible. Another one that I like is the New Revised Standard Version. And this is one that is typically used in seminaries and Bible colleges. So I have my NRSV NRSV Bible here. This is my large print preaching Bible. But there's some great study Bibles, HarperCollins, and others. In fact, I have an updated NRSV. It's called the NRSVUE Updated Edition. And this is SBL Study Bible. It's brand new by HarperCollins, Harper One. I love the NRSV. I love the NRSV UE. Those are really good translations. The Study Bible here is excellent. So highly recommend the NRSV UE translations. Another one, probably the most popular of all the Bible translations selling right now, is the New Living Translation. Here is my New Living Translation, NLT Beyond Suffering Bible. Preach from this occasionally. The New Living Translation is a very readable translation. I find it easy to read. I enjoy reading this translation. So I would prefer this one over the NIV as I do my reading and devotional reading. I think it's important too that some translations are really good, have study notes and things like that. That's important. That's the reason kind of lean towards the Common English Bible and the NRSV, NRSVUE. But there are some good New Living Translation study Bibles out there, like the Application Study Bible. And then another one I think is important to message is not really a translation, it is a paraphrase. And this is the one that I recommend if you are brand new to reading the Bible, never read it before, check out the Message translation, Message paraphrase. Eugene Peterson, great pastor, he's passed on now. translated this, paraphrased it. It is really easy to read, has some deep meaning. He's very good with metaphors and analogies. And I highly recommend this if you've never read the Bible before and you want to jump in, or you have a really hard time understanding the translations. This is a great starting point. I would rather you jump into the message and develop the habit of reading the Bible than not read it at all. Again, this is a paraphrase. So again, it's somebody who's prayerfully translated it, and their own interpretations are in here as well. But I enjoy and recommend the Message translation to beginning readers. And then from there, after you're comfortable with it, maybe jump to the Common English Bible, the New Revised Standard Bible version, updated edition, or maybe the New Living Translation. Now, there's some other translations that are newer, that are from some of my favorite theologians. So if you're looking for something just as a reference, maybe a comparable, N.T. Wright has a translation. It's the third edition of this one now, the New Testament for Everyone. This is excellent. When I taught Galatians a few months ago, this is the one I used and I read from. Excellent translation. N.T. Wright, the very best New Testament theologian alive. Another one, Scott McKnight has one called the Second Testament, and there was an Old Testament theologian that wrote the First Testament, so this is a new translation. Great stuff. And then David Bentley Hart wrote a very literal translation. He's a great theologian, called the New Testament, and this is the second edition, and I use this as reference also. Now, they're different. Now, they're not ones necessarily you're going to preach from or read from devotionally, but if you're looking, let's say you have your Common English Bible and you want to compare it to some others, then I pull these things out. Now, which ones should I stay away from? I only have two. There's more, but the ones that I would stay away from is the King James Version, unless you speak King James Version English, which would be kind of fun to enter into a conversation with you. While I love the poetry, I love the rhythms, it's not very readable to me. It's difficult to study. A lot of the words that are in there don't really make a lot of sense unless you dig deeper. So, and then the other one that I don't recommend is the English Standard Version. English Standard Version is definitely leaning much more Calvinistic and Reformed in its theology. I don't necessarily connect with that very well. In times where the author was intending it to be humanity, they might just use the word man or men. Definitely a slight to women, very patriarchal, and I don't appreciate that when studying the scriptures. So that's the one I try to stay away from. There is Christian Standard Bible also. I stay away from that one. Again, very much Bible, Calvinistic, Reformed. Nothing against my Calvinistic, Reformed brothers and sisters. I just love preaching Wesleyan theology, so I'm biased there. So if you're used to being in the Baptist church, maybe you might hold that against me, but I'm just being honest. So I love the theology of the Methodists, the Wesleyans, and so I lean towards John Wesley's theology of love. And there are certain translations that lean that direction. So anyway, again, biggest thing you can do is read a Bible that makes sense to you, that you connect with. If you have any specific questions about Bible translations, hit me up. I'm here to help in any way. Find the Bible that works for you. And there are a lot of online Bibles. There's online audio Bibles. A lot of that stuff is free and online. You can just check it out and compare translations and find the one that works. Again, find the Bible that you can use on a daily basis. That's it. Grace and peace, everyone. Have an awesome week. Talk to you soon.